Hey, how's everybody doing? Today I'm going to talk about the Sleepaway Camp survival kit, which you can see in front of me here. Um, as far as I know, to my knowledge, this kit is pretty much out of stock, out of print, with the exception of Amazon, eBay, stuff like that. Essentially, you just can't walk into a Best Buy or a Walmart and buy it unless you're extremely lucky. This is the second edition of the cover. They came out with a first edition that had a big red X on it, and I guess the Red Cross didn't like that too much and banned it from the stores for whatever reason. But anyways, if you haven't seen the Sleepaway Camp trilogy or quadrilogy now, then A, what's the matter with you? And B, I mean, you'll be in for a real treat. So, opening this box, you'll see, they got pretty clever with the design. It's essentially set up like a you're going to camp, like a camp kit. You have your scissors, your sunscreen lotion, your Band-Aids, stuff like that. It looks kind of like a book, and on this side, it's kind of the same, with the Band-Aids and everything. Three movies included: Sleepaway Camp, Sleepaway Camp 2, Sleepaway Camp 3. We'll talk about the first flick here. So for those who haven't seen this came out in the early 80s. Very, very low budget. Hardly no name actors now, and then even to this day, with the exception of Felissa Rose, which we'll get into in a minute. But basically, this is a little gem about a sleepaway camp. Essentially, at the beginning of the movie, you have a boy and a girl and their dad out boating, and reckless teenagers cause an accident, and they end up killing the father and the little boy. It's not very clear at the beginning which one of the kids dies, because you just see the back shot of their head. But we assume it's the little boy who drowns along with the dad. So, anyways, flash forward like 12 years, whatever. The surviving girl from the boating accident goes to camp with her cousin. Murders start happening. You don't know who the killer is. It's shot through a point of view, so you never know who the killer is. Very cleverly designed. There's a lot of cool death scenes, like boiling water thrown on somebody. Bees, a guy stung by bees to death on his face and everything like that. Guy gets drowned under a canoe. I mean, just your standard stuff. But what this movie's most famously noted for is its ending. Nobody saw the ending coming. The ending comes out of nowhere, and it kind of, I'm not going to say it redeems the flick, because I personally love this movie, but the ending is something special that you don't see too often, so you definitely want to check this out. This DVD has, the widescreen presentation. It's got commentary with the director, Felissa Rose, who's Angela in the movie. I think she was about 12 or 13 when she did this. She's just very, very offbeat, not a lot of lines, just a lot of staring into the camera. They kind of set the flick up with her and her cousin Ricky. Is Ricky the killer? Is somebody else the killer? I mean, you never really know until the end. And like I said, the ending will kind of shock you. It's just a good little camp flick. It came out around the same time as Friday the 13th, so it's kind of in that same vein. But it's if you like camp flicks, and first of all, I mean, if you're a fan of horror, you should have already seen this. But if you're not, definitely go check it out. Highly, highly recommend it. Now, for the second flick, you have Sleepaway Camp 2 Unhappy Campers, which you can clearly tell from the box art is just camp galore, with the mask and the gloves. You got the Jason mask, you got the Freddy gloves. It's just a complete parody. This flick has a different actress than Felissa Rose playing Angela. It has Pamela Springsteen, which is Bruce Springsteen's sister, who's just great. Angela is more talkative now. She's got one-liners. She's just funny. This movie is just camp. I mean, Sleepaway Camp, Unhappy Campers is just camp galore. They got some really cool death scenes. We already know who the killer is this time around, so there's no shock value. It's just, let's get a bunch of kids out of camp. Let's kill them in creative ways. Highly recommend this as well. Sleepaway Camp 3, Teenage Wasteland. Sort of in the same vein as Sleepaway Camp 2. They were filmed back-to-back. Same location. Pamela Springsteen reprises her role as Angela. Again, it's not meant to be serious like the first one. It's just camp galore. A lot of creative kills. The interesting thing about this is the kills mostly happen during the day, which is kind of offbeat for a horror flick. But the plot of this is so freaking funny. It's got kids. They take the same camp from Sleepaway Camp 2, where all the murders happen. They take it and they want to have rich kids, mingle with poor kids essentially, and see how well they do it, kind of like a social experiment. Well, the killer shows up and just makes her own experiment and just kills everybody. Highly recommend it. It's got some very funny lines, some very creative kills. Can't say enough about it. The whole trilogy is good. And this book is just a booklet that goes over each movie, what happens and whatnot. It's a diary. Pretty cool. What I didn't grab is Return to Sleepaway Camp. Now, this came out. It's a direct sequel to the first one and ignores parts 2 and 3. Same cast from the first one. Same guy played Ronnie. Same guy played Ricky. Felissa Rose is Angela, 20 years later. This movie took forever to come out. It was finished in 2004. It didn't get released to 2008 or something like that. It just took fucking forever to come out. And when you watch it, it's really not that good, to be honest with you. As cult hit as Sleepaway Camp is, the fans wanted something extremely, extremely good. We just didn't get it with this. The pacing is awful. The main character is awful. You can't root for the main character. The killer, you can tell who it is within 2 minutes of watching the movie. It's just poorly done. There is one death, though, where the killer puts spikes underneath the bed and jumps on top of it while somebody's sleeping below it, and it penetrates them. I thought that was cool. Outside of that, the editor of this movie fucking sucked, too. Who edited this piece of shit? You know what? They don't even say on the back of the box, which is good. I don't even think there was an editor. The music is way too loud. In some scenes, you can't even hear the dialogue. The music is so loud. It's just poorly paced, really slow. But if you're a Sleepaway Camp fan, you're going to see it. So if you like the first 3, check this out. You might not like it, but it's good to see the original guys back. The original actors back. And it came out in this decade, and it's kind of good to see a throwback to the 80s horror genre. We don't get that a lot. There's no torture porn like Saw or Hostel. It's just, let's get a bunch of idiotic kids that we don't like at all, and let's just kill them. And let's use the same people from the first Sleepaway Camp. People seem to like that, so let's give them this. Definitely worth checking out. I would recommend this solely if you like the first 3. Do not start this one first. You need to watch at least the first one. I would recommend watching 1, 2, and 3, and then this, but you can get away with watching the first one and then this. Yeah, so that's pretty much the quadrilogy. You got the box set with all 3, and then you have the standalone Return to Sleepaway Camp. I know you can get Return to Sleepaway Camp for probably $2, and this set of the first 3 probably goes for, I don't know, maybe $15-20 on Amazon or eBay. Definitely worth checking up. If you're just getting into horror flicks and you've maybe heard about these movies a little bit, especially the first one, do yourself a favor and watch the first one. I love it. It's probably top 10 of my favorite horror movies. This came out the same time as Amityville 3D, and this blew it out of the water opening weekend. Ask any horror fan, they'll tell you the Sleepaway Camp is definitely a cult classic. And a favorite amongst viewers of the horror genre. 2 and 3, just camp galore. Love it. Pamela Springsteen is awesome as Angela. The mullets in Sleepaway Camp 2. This one guy has a mullet that will just make you laugh throughout the whole movie, and the way he dies is actually pretty cool. Sleepaway Camp 3, Teenage Wasteland. Again, it's just hilarious to see how the writers interpret rich kids and poor kids getting along with the killer in between, just killing them off. Yeah, so that's my review of the Sleepaway Camp trilogy. Let me get a shot of all 4 of them here. 1, highly recommend. 2, highly recommend. 3, if you've seen the first 2, why not? And then 4, Return to Sleepaway Camp. If you've gone this far, why not go even further? That's the Sleepaway Camp quadrilogy. Good piece of horror, series. Apparently, there's another direct sequel to 2 and 3, with ignoring Return to Sleepaway Camp, called Berserker, that's been written, that apparently stars that asshole from Drake and Josh, not the fat one, the skinny one. I guess Drake. That probably, like this one, won't come out until 2015 because they can't get anybody to pick it up. And then apparently there's going to be a direct sequel to this, Sleepaway Camp Reunion, that apparently brings back a key character from this one, Aunt Martha. But we'll see. Check it out. Watch it. Definitely, if you're in the mood for some late night horror, watch Sleepaway Camp. If you're in for some horror camp, campy horror, watch Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3, Unhappy Campers and Teenage Wasteland. And if you just want to continue the story of Sleepaway Camp 1 with the same actors, check out Return to Sleepaway Camp. It's not that bad. It has Isaac Hayes playing a chef. Ironically, which is a stretch for him, and this would actually be his last role, unfortunately, which I'm sure he would rather go out on something a little bit different. But yeah, I mean, there's my review in a nutshell. Sleepaway Camp quadrilogy, highly recommend it. Go check them out; you'll have a lot of fun. All right, thanks for watching.